Right, we're on. So we thought we'd spend a good 10 or 15 minutes just giving you an insight into the whiteboard workout that's coming up. Top Gun. It's a bit of an interesting one, a little bit of a different twist to it. You've got Jack to thank for the creation of this one, and you've got Jack to thank when you're coming into your last 250 metres of that 1K row. So we thought, obviously, it's something that probably require a little bit of thought in terms of tactics. We'll just bang heads together, each have a go at kind of how we'd approach it and then how we'd recommend others. First of all, Jack, when you were making this workout, were you on crack and what was going through your brain?
Inspiration was from one of the German throwdown qualifiers last year when me and you did it, and it was
I don't remember it.
Hang on. Didn't Steve sandbag that one?
I finished it. I didn't sandbag it. I finished it. I was bad. I was in a bad way.
You did have, yeah. I'm sure there's at one point you had a minute where your back was hanging off.
At least.
Yeah.
Like you say, you did finish it.
I actually remember you picking the dumbbells up at one stage and then putting them back down and just like.
There's actually a YouTube. We've got a breakdown of it, which we'll probably link in to this from when we did it, because there was a point where we were going to go. Our training for a couple of months was just going to be every sanctional qualifier and break them down, and then that stopped. It stopped after that one actually, because it was just so fun.
So he started off with a 1K row, the German one, and then it was dumbbell snatch and burpee box jumps.
Yeah.
And I was just remembered it thinking that was a slog, but it was like interesting to have two parts where there was no rest in between.
Yeah.
Which, it kind of was good to kind of test your threshold, and then like how quickly you could recover, and then start to push that second workout. So the second part of the workout that we've written is 8 rounds for time of 7 chest bar pull-ups, 11 dumbbell burpee deadlifts, 14 dumbbell shoulder to overhead. A lot of pulling there.
Yeah.
You can always tell it if it's my workout, because there's probably usually a lot of pulling.
Yeah, and if it's my workout, it's squatting and pressing.
Going back to that Copenhagen camp, you could tell I programmed the few days.
Yeah, what was that? We had like a 2-hour finisher, and it was like every little workout involved deadlifts. I was like, me and Mikey looked at each other and was like, nah, Jack. Anyway, I was thinking then, like, there's quite a few similar workouts that I've seen in the past. One big kind of example was the marathon, half marathon row, when they first did it, where the first 2K of that half marathon was a scored event.
Yeah. So
it asked them to kind of go near on all in with a 2K and then carry on for half marathon. It's absolutely similar, but a lot longer of a workout, but the same kind of tactics will probably have to be used. I remember one at European Championships. It was I think it was 250. I might even be 500. It was a short row as a buy-in, and that was a scored event.
Yeah.
And then it was into like I think it was into like some walking lunges with a barbell, some shoulder to overhead and burpees maybe. And it's a similar thing there. 2 scored events, and then your second time was your overall time.
Kyle.
Yes.
Are you sandbagging the sport?
So listen up. Me personally, after seeing you guys do the German one, well, especially Ste anyway, who's dead, being a sort of average rower, I'd hold back a little bit on the row, just a little bit, not much. You're looking at it, Jack. You're thinking you're sandbagging it.
So what do you know, like your 1K PB and what, like, in comparison to that, what would you roughly?
So let's say I've rode I think it's about 328 or something.
328.
320 row. 1K, yeah.
About
What's that?
Did you do it
something
twice?
like yeah, pretty much.
Do it one arm.
No, I'd probably 3:30
3:30.
for me.
That's a
one
145
just to
pace.
sit in, and and then I'd do the chest to bars unbroken, and probably just move pretty well with the dumbbell burpee deadlifts, consistent, and then I'd break the shoulder overhead into 2 sets, hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, for 8 rounds, I'd hope to hold on. I'm pretty good with shoulder overhead movements, so. But yeah, I think if I went hard on that row, I would definitely be taking 5 minutes before I'd be picking up any sort of dumbbells or doing chest to bars. So
It's one of them. It's like if this is at an event where you're getting rankings based off both, which is kind of like what we're trying to get a feel for. Is you've got to identify, Kyle. If you sent that 1K row, with no offense, but like me, you're probably still coming bottom of the field.
I wouldn't be exactly. That's what I'm sort of like in my head. I'm like,
I was probably not in great condition at the time, but I sent that 1K row for the German thing. I think I did like 3:08, PB'd, and I didn't do a great deal of anything for the next 2 minutes. So I would have come in a decent level competition. I would have come near on last on the 1K row, and then I would have probably come near on last in the whole thing because I sent it, and then I wasn't able to recover. Maybe in like the peak, I reckon I could have gone just sub 3. But the same thing is I'm not doing a great deal for the rest of the day, never mind the next 10 minutes from a sub 3 1K row. So you've got to kind of like understand first of all, like your level of fitness, like aerobically, and like, is it a strength, like your aerobic fitness, and can you, recover quite quick from hard threshold efforts? If that's the case, then you probably can afford to push near max on the 1K to begin with. If rowing isn't your strong point, or if aerobic fitness or just like threshold work isn't your strong point, especially kind of in that 3 to 4 minute kind of window, then if you were to go all in, are you going to come near the bottom anyway? So you may as well bank on getting a higher ranked score for the whole thing. That's how I would currently take it, and that's how I'm going to have to take it in front of everyone on the 10th of October. I'm going to have to start doing some 500s on this road behind me, I think, today to prep. But I think that's
got a bit of dust on that, isn't it?
Yeah, the screen's not moved from that position for about 12 weeks. So yeah, I think they're the things that you've got to highlight. Like, if we're putting into a competition setting, like where would you rank by hitting an all-in 1K? And the thing is, the same like approach can be brought by Jack, who or even let's say Jack or Reggie, who are going to have a solid 1K row. Like, they can still go at the same relative intensity to me and you, be faster, and then also be faster on the next part. So it's kind of testing what is everyone's 90% 1K row time, really, because everyone's going to be like, if some people want to go for the win, then the opportunity is there, like, go for it. And if you can hang on, then fair play, you're good, you're decent. You know what I mean?
You're stupid.
Just to recap on German Throwdown, what happened, if you don't want to watch the video, is I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to go for it on this 1K, and I went for it. And like I said, we hadn't done a great deal of, consistent training. I think we'd had a month or so off after the games, and then we're getting back into it. 3:07, 3:08 or something. And I thought, best thing to do, bear in mind, Jack had got off a few seconds before me. I thought, best thing to do is just get off, pick up the dumbbell, and just put it overhead and just hold it there, and then just slowly just start doing reps. And as the more I keep moving, a bit like when we say when you finish an effort on the rower, just keep your body sliding so it can flush out some some waste products. And I did 1 rep, and I just chucked the dumbbell on the floor, and I'm like, fuck me, I'm in a bad way right now. And I think I'd have sat there, just like, not sat down on the floor, but like sat on my heels.
Yeah.
Just like looking at Jack just go unbroken on the set of fucking, it was like 30 odd dumbbell snatch, just thinking, who the fuck is this guy? How is he not blowing out of his ass? Like
it was
me?
quite good to watch, to be honest with you.
You are.
It was quite good to watch. I was just looking like, that looks painful.
But like, I couldn't recover the whole workout. Couldn't recover. And to me, I don't know if you compare me and Jack. Jack's good at pulling, and especially dumbbell snatch, and good at rowing. So because they're like movement that he's quite efficient with, and mentally probably likes doing a lot more than I do. Like, you can get into that mind frame just to keep moving. Whereas, for us who probably prefer a squat or would probably not prefer any ergs, but like if it was, for example, a dumbbell squat, I could just probably rack them there and I'd keep squatting and deal with it. And maybe Jack would then be on the opposite. So it's highlighting, like, for the next few exercises there, 7 chest to bars, 11 burpee deadlifts. Are they exercises where you're comfortable with, you're happy doing, and you can spend that next 1 minute just kind of doing exercises that you're all right with, even though you're going to be struggling. I'd identify that as well, really.
It could be one of them where, so say Kyle, you get off at 320, Steve gets off at 310, but he's pushed pretty hard. You could easily make up like probably 5 seconds. You go straight over to that bar and you jump straight up. Do you know what I mean? So like you say,
that is the way I would sort of attack it in that sense, like knowing that 10 seconds is probably not a lot from a row to the actual 8 rounds of working out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And when the European Championships won, just remembering David Shoronke, he came off the row, not last, but it was like middle of the pack, which was a bit of a shock, and he probably just paced it a little bit too much, but he won the event, the whole thing. Because he could just get up and he just like went as if it was
fresh.
Yeah, and he just
probably a warm up into the next fucking workout sort of thing.
People were going, and then they knew they had to get straight into the workout, and then just kind of like 2 minutes later, it just started really slowing down. So personally, I'm going to look for probably a 3:30 as well, and then just trying to gradually speed up through the workout as I go, rather than trying to like hold a pace and then just falling apart.
Looking at that second part, it's like, especially if you're a person where your back does tend to blow up a little bit during workouts, you're 100% stepping up on them burpee deadlifts, aren't you?
Yeah.
And that's also a movement that it's going to take a lot of time, a good chunk of time. So you want to make sure you can move pretty fast on them burpee deadlifts. So like I say, if your back's like, hanging off after the row, then you know what I mean?
They're definitely a movement where you want to sort of like grind them out, and you just got to keep moving at a nice pace, not sort of like sit at the bottom and think I've got to stand back up. It's just like comfortable pace.
Yeah. It's also one of them where you could probably move a little quicker than what you think, and it doesn't, because it's like a bit slower and a bit grindy. It's probably not going to gas you out quite the same as that, like, just burpees either. And then them shoulder to overhead.
Are you hanging on, Jack? Are you doing him unbroken?
I don't think I would be,
Yeah.
I think I'd be going just over halfway. I go 8 and 6, I reckon.
Yeah.
But if I was, I don't know, that's where Steve might be like, dumbbell shoulder to overhead, no problem. That's where he's making, that time up, because if I break at 8 and 6, like mentally, am I strict enough to pick them dumbbells straight up? You know what I mean? After I've broken them up, like, can I count to 5 in my head and then pick them straight back up? Or am I a person that's like, once I put them down, I'm having 30 seconds. So you got to think about that a little bit as well, don't you? So
I can't say I'm looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to seeing the scores. Here's a question: is any male gonna go sub 3, and is any female gonna go sub 330?
So now we've said it, someone's gonna go sub 3.
Yeah.
Nice wise.
Jack, what's the overall time on the workout? What do you think? What should it?
How long for both A and B?
Yeah, because it's both. Is it a total score at the end as well? Is it? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you say? Because let's say someone's going to go 3 minutes, then they've got to get it in that time frame. What you're going to say?
Yeah.
So what would you think total workout?
1 minute. That's taking 10 seconds. That's going to take 90 seconds. 2 rounds, 2 minutes. For L average athlete, who would be me now, I'm going to say around 20 minutes.
Minimum.
Like 15.
Yeah.
Maybe 18 minutes, something like that. I don't know.
Cool.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah, agreed.
So, sub 3 minutes, who's doing it? Rack them out. I'm going to go Arman Tony.
Tony?
Okay.
Surely he's got a pull. What's he pulling on a rower, Kyle? You're his coach.
He's about one. He's doing the 500s on about 135 at the moment. So.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But I would advise him not to go for that sub 3 via the second workout. I would like him to hold back, but I know he's not going to. He's not going to.
I'm going to ladle. I'm put the challenge. Tony, I'll send you a T-shirt if you're sub 3. I'll sign it as well.
You know he's going to bite. He's up for it.
Of course he will. Interesting. Let's see what comes.
Yeah. Any girls going sub 330?
Jane would, whether she would. She's probably too wise to not do it.
She's pregnant now, but I think Rachel Pearson had an engine on her. She would have done it. Someone like Laura Sams, maybe.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Quite tall, pretty good on a rower.
Yeah.
Just calling them out to see if they do
it. Might test Taylor. See, Taylor, what are you going to pull here on this 330?
Whoever does it gets a free tee, but then they've got to finish the second bit within 20 minutes.
I even send you a can of Fit Aid, and you might even get a roll of thumb tape. Who knows? Make sure though it's videoed. Like we want to see the state you're in post row and then the next round.
Yeah.
And you've got to complete the whole workout. You can't sandbag the second part.
Yeah. 99.959 minutes. Right. Cool. We'll keep them coming. See ya.